Hello and welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic and a fascinating variant hybrid puzzle today. I'm really looking forward to having a go at this. I do want to mention that on the Patreon we have the solution to the puzzle hunt now, and as well as loads of other content as always, beginning I suppose a countdown to next month, the new reward content, but there's always extra content there anyway, well worth a look. And this has been recommended to us from the Discord server, which is also always worth a look. Loads going on Discord. It's a great place to find puzzles to try, to put up puzzles for other people to test, to share information and just discussions about puzzles and Sudoku in general. And of course there's all our apps which are available on the link in the description field. Now, let's get to the rules, because there's a few rules on this one. You may know Battleships as a game played on a kind of grid, or you may even know Battleships as a puzzle in the World Puzzle Championship style, where you have to place a fleet of battleships. And that's what we have to do in this. But there's also a Sudoku element, of course. So we've got normal killer rules. Digits must sum in cages to the number given, and there are no repeat digits in cages, even those with no number in. Now, there are exactly 5 enemy ships of lengths. The 2 ships are 3 cells long, the others are 2, 4, and 5. A ship is a straight line of orthogonally connected cells. So a 5-cell ship could sit there. Now I say there because green represents land and blue represents sea, and the ships have to be in the sea, unsurprisingly. Ships cannot touch each other even diagonally, so you couldn't have another ship there because that would break that rule. Each ship in this puzzle acts like a cage with a sum of 15. Which is clever because all of 2, 3, 4, and 5 cells can add up to 15. Ships are unambiguous and the negative constraint applies. In other words, any line of 2, 3, 4, or 5 C cells sitting on the seashore, any of 2, 3, I can't do this, 4 or 5 C cells that adds up to 15 must be a ship. Now that's interesting. How is that going to work? Similarly, any line of C cells which cannot be a ship cannot sum to 15. Wow, okay, well, intriguing. Do give it a try if you're understanding that on the link below the video. Otherwise, just watch my solve and, shout out the steps before I get to them, which there's every prospect of doing. This is from Jeff. Oh, you see, I was going to say Wages on the basis that that's probably how it's been anglicised in either Britain or the USA, but I don't know where Jeff comes from, and it might be pronounced Wajes or Vaches. Anyway, it's from Jeff. And it's been recommended by the guys on Discord, especially Shogia, who mentioned it to us. So, anyway, we are going to see how this goes, and let's get cracking. So I can see this 30 cage has to be 9876 because it says 30. And that's how you make up 30 in 4 Sudoku cells. And that really doesn't get us very far. The rule of 45, did you know the numbers 1 to 9 add up to 45? You did? Okay, well anyway, in this box it means 12 plus 11 is 23, plus 10 is 33, those two add up to 12. That's not a revealing total. What about this 26 cage? Oh. "26 cage doesn't have to have a 9. It could be 8765, but what does it have in these 3 cells, and are they going to clash with these 3? I'm not sure I'm even understanding. Let me just think about this. Do these have to have a 5 and a 4 in? or not? I don't think they do. What if this was 9872, which is one way of making 26? Then you'd have 98726 in these cells, so that's all right. Maybe this has to be high to accommodate anything like that. No, I don't think it does. In that case, it could have been a 7 or a 6. So I'm not really getting what we're meant to be achieving there. Maybe it's not about this 28 cage at all. 11. Okay, let's have a look at the battleship possibilities. Okay, right. There's a 5-cell battleship. This is key. So one of its places was the one I suggested is there. It could also be down here. And I think there are only 2 across places, here and here. And this doesn't work. Because if you had the 5-cell 15 cage battleship down there, that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These cells would have to be at minimum 6 and 7. And they can't be that in an 11 cage. So no way can it be there. It could be here, except it couldn't. That's rather beautiful. If that was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in theory, this 16 cage could be made up with a 6 and 7 in these cells and a 1 and 2 in those. But in practice, you'd have to have a 6 or 7 here, and you've used 6 and 7 up there already, so no way. So this battleship doesn't go in either of the down cases. I think it can go there because you can put 6, 7 here, and it can't go here. Look at that, because how would you fill the 12 cage if you put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there? That's beautiful. Right, so yeah, the 12 cage would need a 5, 4, or 3. So this is the battleship. Let's make it red. Well, when I make it red, it turns into this weird color, but I'll take it. So now I can color all these other cells that are touched by that. Oh, that's not a very satisfactory, prohibitive color. That's better. Okay, so I don't know. Okay, it's messing with the palette a bit here, isn't it? I don't know what color to make this. Everything is just dark something now. Oh, maybe if I make it yellow. Let's try that. Or colourful. How about that? Yeah. Why not have a colourful fleet of battleships? So that's a battleship. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in those. Now that means this is a 6, 7 pair, and we get a 1, 2 pair here. And we've got to start. 8 and 9 have to fill the rest of this row. Ah, now look, yes, this is going to prevent things here. 5 and 4, yeah, they have to be in these cells. Let me try and explain this as simply as I can. These 3 cells have an absolute... Well, I can work out... Hang on a second. Sorry, let me try and explain this properly. So in these 3 cells, we cannot have more than 1 of 9, 8, 7, and 6. That's the way, because we've used 3 of them up here. So we can only have 1 of 9, 8, 7, and 6 here, and then we have to have 2 other numbers. Now, let's assume that those 2 other numbers were the maximum they can be, which is 5 and 4. Well, they are the minimum 2 other numbers that we can have. If we have a 5 and a 4 in this cage, we also need a 9 and an 8, and that's the only way to make it up. So that's exactly what must be happening. 5, 4, 8, 9 is the makeup of this cage. And, this is a naked single, 3 now, because the other numbers that we have to put in column 1 are 1, 2, and 3. This cell sees 1 and 2, so that's our first digit in the grid. That's a 3. These come from 1, 2, 4 and 5. Wow, okay, so we've got one battleship. Now we've still got to place a 4-length battleship, 2 3s and a 2. Now the 4 can go here. Or is that another issue with this? If that added up to 15 plus 12 is 27, these 3 would add up to 18. I'm using the number 45 again. Yeah, they can easily add up to 18. Oh, okay, 1, 2 though. They're a pair up here. They can't be in the 11 or the 12 cage. In fact, that can't be 1 or 2 because they both see it. Only one of those can be now. Right, if this was a 15 cage, now what have we got? 27. These would have to add up to 18. And they can't. The maximum those two can add up to is 7. So this is not the site of the 4-cell battleship. And therefore, the 4-cell battleship is either there, or here, or here. And it definitely goes through row 9, column 3. So that's part of the 4-cell battleship. Well, I know what I'll do. I'll make the 5-cell battleship have 5 colours, because I can do it. And maybe that'll help remind me. And then I'll give the 4-cell battleship 4 colours. There we go. And then I know it's part of the 4. Anyway, sorry, faffing around doing colour schemes when I should be solving the puzzle. Right, now there's a 3 that can't be there now. So that 3 is either in the 12 with a 9 or in the 11 with an 8. If it was there, we'd have 6, 7, 9. That would be 8. That would make this 9. And that's impossible. That is impossible. So I'm saying if the 3 was with an 8 up here, this would become an 8, because there would be nowhere else for it in the 30 cage. This would be a 9, and you'd have 5 cells from 4, 5, 8, and 9. So it's not 3, 8 there, it's 3, 9 here instead. That's not a 9 now. In fact, I guess we know this is a 4, 5, 8, 9 quadruple. That's what I should have seen before. So it's a 6, 7 pair there, and an 8, 9 pair at the top. So this is either 7, 4 or 6, 5, and they both still remain possible. Oh, what's this big number doing in a 19 cage? Right, if it's an 8, these other 4 cells are 1, 2, 3, 5. If it's a 9, they are 1, 2, 3, 4. Now in column 9, that would form a 1, 2, 3, 4 quadruple, and you couldn't fill this 10 cage, which needs a 1, 2, 3 or 4 in it. So that is not a 9. I can barely believe it can be an 8, but it must be possible. As, like Sherlock Holmes would say, it's the only remaining possibility. So we've got a 1, 2, 3, 5 quadruple. That makes this a 9. That makes the 10 cage full of 4, 6. It puts a 7 in the corner. 5 next to it. 7, 5, 4, 6. This, well, we worked out this pair had to add up to 12. So they now have to be 3, 9. And we get 1, 2, 8 here. Oh, and this is progress. Now, no 3 there. No 5 there. In fact, this can't be a 3. Never could be. So that's a 5. We've got a 1, 2, 3 triple. 3, 9, 5, 1, 2. We can't have 5, 6 up here. That's a 4, 7 pair. This is a 6, 8 pair. 5, 6, 8. This has become a 4. Wow, we are rocking here. 7, 9 pair there. 6, 1. We've got a 1, 2, 5 triple. We need a 7 in this row. It's got to be there. Oh yeah, that 4, 7 pair resolved that much more easily. Okay, not to worry. This is a 4, 6, 8 triple. And these are from 1, 2, 3, and 5. Now, haven't thought for ages. Ooh, look, I've got, hang on, I'm still going to carry on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 quadruple there. In fact, that's a 1, 2, 3 triple. So this is 4 and 5. We can fill them in. And these are a 1, 2, 3 triple. We've got 9, 7, and 6 to place in these cells. That can't be a 9. Four sorts it. Column 8's unbelievably helpful from a very unpromising start. Thank you, column 8. 8 there. This is a 1 or a 2. We're left with just a 1, 2 pair. Ah, and look at this pair of cells. Beautiful. Remember that ships are unambiguous and the negative constraint applies. Any line of 2, 3, or 4, 5 cells in the sea which sum to 15 must be a ship. So that's a ship. We've found one. Unbelievable. That's the 2-cell ship. There is only one of those. We have found it. There can't be a ship there. Well, let's think about this negative constraint. Yes, this can't be a 9, or you'd have 2 sea cells again here that did add to 15. Wow, so we are using that negative constraint. I wondered if we would. And look, 9 can't be next to 6 there as well. Ah, this can't be an 8 for the same reason. This can't be a 6, because we can't have ships here. They'd be touching the big one. Oh, this is crazy. But we can have a ship up here. But to have a 15 sum up here, and I don't know if we have one, but it would involve an odd number somewhere in it. It's got to. And the only one available is that 5. So that would have to be a 3-cell ship going 5, 6, 4. And that's not possible because this can't be an 8. And I think that proves that we cannot have a battleship up here at all. Now, let me just recapitulate that. So, for there to be a run of 15 anywhere in these 4 cells, they would need an odd number. That's got to be true. That odd number would have to be this 5. It would have to go with cells making 10. That would have to be the next 2 cells, which would have to be 6, 4. But that's impossible because this can't be an 8. Perfect. So those are not battleships. And that's a very peculiar and unexpected deduction method. Now, oh no, I was going to say now it's going to give us something to do with the negative constraint, but I think we've used that up there. Now, where are we going to put? What have we got left? We've still got a 4 and 2 3s to go. Well, they could be like that. I almost think they can't be anything else. That cannot work, because although you could put a battleship there, the other one here would touch it diagonally. So this is not part of a battleship. Actually, obviously this isn't, because there's no 2-cell battleships to go. But this, actually there are, yeah, that would have to be, oh no, that's one possibility. That's another. Now, can this down? I don't think it can it? Where would you put 2 other 3-cell battleships? Only there. Right, so down is not a battleship. Therefore, but this is in a battleship, so it goes across here. That is a battleship. That is the 4-cell one. There's nothing here. We've got to get 2 more 3-cell battleships. There must be one here. And don't know, this must be part of the other one. And this mustn't. Right, so this group of cells adds up to 15. Plus 12 is 27. These 3 add up to 18. Oh, hang on. This can't be a 2, because you'd need 9 and 7 here, and we've used the 7. It could be a 198 triple, but more easily 8 plus a pair adding up to 10 there, so I don't know yet about that. This group adds up to 15 as well without a 7, but that's a bit unrestrained. What an interesting puzzle this is. I'm sorry about all the colour. I mean, maybe it's a bit too much now. Maybe I should just go to clearing the grid of the colour, fill in the battleships I know. Yeah, okay, let's do that. We've got one here, one here, one here. There's a 3-cell one there, and this is part of a 3-cell battleship, but we don't know which way it goes yet. There we go. We'll leave it at that colouring from now on because it's a bit clearer to see. Right, we've got a 1, 2, 3 triple that I don't think I've ever noticed across the middle. 9 there. So these are from 4, 5, and 8. The first one can't actually be a 4. These must include 6 and 7, but then I don't know what. Oh, that's become a 9 since we got the 8 on the other side. Those aren't 9. That's a 9. So one of these two is a 9. Now, if it was in the ship, then it would be with 1, 2, 3 here. Then you'd have 8, 6, 4. It's possible. That would have to be 6 or 7. Oh, that 9's looking up here. Let's not overlook any Sudoku. That's made this a naked single. Good thing we sketched in the possibilities. That can't be 5, so we know where 5 is in box 1. It is an odd number there, fair enough. And 5, 6, 7. That can't be 5. So that's a 4, 8 pair. These are from 1, 2, and 3, which forms a triple here. Right, so these have got reduced in possibility. 9, 5, 8, and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, and 8 here. So that can't be a 7. So what's this telling us? That can't be a 9 also. Now, 8, 4, 5, 9. We've got one of 6 or 7 and a 1, 2, or 3. Now, am I missing any more of these amazing impossibilities? Like the negative constraint is what I'm talking about. Oh, of course, this could be a battleship or that could be a battleship. What's going on there? Hang on. The maximum those two can add up to is 5. That would need 10 here, so that's not the battleship. This is. It's got a 5 in it, and these two add up to 10. Can't be 1, 9, can't be 2, 8. It's got to be 3, 7. And we've placed our fleet. Now we just need to complete the Sudoku. That hasn't tidied up much else. We've got a 1, 2 pair there. And 5, 1, 2. Oh, that's 7. Okay, that has tidied up something. That's a 1 or a 2 as well. Actually, that supports this 9 possibility. If they add up to 3, these have to add up to 12. They're either 3, 9 or 4, 8. And I don't know. That's irritating. What about this one adding up to 15? I haven't really focused much on that. It just seems like there's a lot of possibilities, so I'm not sure that I want to. Okay, what about the negative constraint? I mean, it means this can't be an 8 because it would be next to a 7 in the sea. It means this can't be a 4 because they add up to 12. This can't be an 8 because it's next to a 7. Ooh, and that is beginning to limit it. Now, if this makes 15, 9 with 1, 5 or with 2, 4 here. Oh, it doesn't limit it much. Okay, that's not so good. I'm giving a thought to colouring these 1s and 2s, but colour has become a bit difficult in this puzzle. Let's just highlight. Oh, yes, look, these are in the same cage, so actually that's quite relevant. Right, so these have to be the same version of 1 and 2. It has to be up there, so not there, so it'll be there. then it'll be here and here. One of those three. Ooh, and one of these three. Okay, that may not be all that helpful. Now the other version of 1 and 2 is here, 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 there. So this can't be a 1 or 2, so that is useful. Very useful. Let me just check that I'm right. This is one variant of 1 and 2. Its counterpart in column 2 is there. In column 3, that means it's there. In this 16 cage, it's there. In box 3, it's there. In box 6, it's there. And now it cannot be here or here, so it has to be here instead. So that's 1 or 2. That wasn't what I wanted to do. Let's try that again, just for that cell. Remove the 8. So this is an 8 now. And now, given that we know that these add up to 12, they must be 3 and 9. And that surely gets a lot done, doesn't it? Maybe it doesn't. 3 there? No. These are from 4, 6, and 8. That's not... Ooh, tempting to use uniqueness. Oh no, hang on. 7 can't be next to 8. Remember that. And these can't be 4... Oh, they couldn't be 4 and 8 anyway because of that. But I was going to say because that lot would add up to 15. Yes, 6 can't be next to 9 in the C. Again, for the same negative constraint reason. It is so bizarre, that constraint. It's so weird. That 6 looks up here. Sorted out that set. That can't be a 6. That can't be an 8 or a 4. Ooh, where do 7 and 6 go in this box? Got to be in these two cells. 7 can't be next to an 8. Lovely. Oops. They can't have an 8. 8 is here. That is a 5. That's not a 5. Actually, where does 5 go in this column? That's rather a pretty question because it can't be in this cage now with that 5. So it's got to be up here. That's not a 9. 9, 8, 1, 2, 4. Oh, where does 6 go in this row? Yes, I think we're on the home straight now. It really feels like every question has a decent answer. Maybe apart from sorting out the ones and twos, which were very helpful to get as far as we did, but not actually conclusive. Now, 1, 2, 8. Now, of course, this has to make 15, and that's going to help. These two add up to 10. They can't be, they have to be 9 and 1. 2 and 8 are in the same cell as candidates. So that is going to surely finish us off, especially as that gave us a 2 and a 1. Actually, maybe it didn't give us a helpful 2 and a 1. That can't be 1 and that can't be 2. I haven't got a pair. How am I going to get the 1s and 2s done? That's an 8. That's fair enough. I'm going to have to use the ship thing again. Look, 8, 6 with a 1 there would make 15. So that's going to have to be a 2. I think that was necessary. And very, very elegant if it was. I mean, there may be another place in the grid where we could have worked out another negative constraint or similar, or indeed something more positive. But it's a very interesting rule set, and it's been worked absolutely flawlessly, in my opinion. What a puzzle. I think that's the right answer. So we'll check the tick. Yes, that looks good. Let's just check that these battleships add up to 15, which they do. I mean, I could try and check for every other possibility of C cells adding to 15, but I kind of think we've done enough of that. I'm confident this is right because it was proved in a very unique way. So a lovely puzzle from Jeff there. I mean, you can see why that's been recommended. Really interesting stuff. Battleships is always fun, even in its purest form, and that's been very entertaining. So quick half hour today maybe, but I hope you had a go at that. That was really interesting, and hope to see you again soon on the channel. Bye for now.